Good evening, everybody. We have the close was just I don't know 20 minutes ago for the week, and was wanting to do a video on Bitcoin and kind of go into a little bit of what the S&P looks like to just start out, because you got your ES futures, which opened up I don't know, an hour or so ago. But let's start with looking at the high time frames. We'll go start at the monthly. I'm just going to use Bitfinex. Just their price structure seems to really work well with a lot of, everything that we look at. Everything that I normally do, I'm going to look at your high time frames, support, resistance, and we can see this is the fail safe of everything. We go below here. That's kind of the death range. We don't want to see that. So 13.7, 13.8. Do we get there? I don't think we even get close to that at all. And then from there, we'll just kind of check off our monthly supports, which we just had one with the new year. Happy New Year to everybody. 2021, which is kind of weird to say. But those are going to kind of give us our big support ranges right there. Looking into that, we'll drop down to the weekly. Let's go back to the monthly. Apparently these didn't want to make sure we can get these onto the weeks. So this is just kind of how I start. I like to see everything. Start the week out, fresh and new. Unless I'm in a trade, and actually I got out of my trades. A lot of you that are in the Discord saw earlier today, 34. All my longs, closed them all, and looking to get into some new ones. Like we said, let's color code these. The red is the dead range, right? We don't want to be there at all. And everything else here is kind of where I would see 20K. I mean, that looks like if, that's going to be a really good support. You got a lot of buy and sells in that area. Both the VPVR. And you can see, just under 20K. That's a range, man. But that's a long way from where we're at now. Not saying we can't get there with any kind of like random news. 40% though. That would be a dip and a half. That's throwing everything in. Wonder where on the daily. Look at that. I mean, that's going to be your 20 week moving average. Your 25 SMA, your 50, and your 200. So it's probably about your 100-day moving average down there. That's just had to be some pretty big news to get that part. Let's run a little fib to this guy here. 382, 27 range maybe. If this doesn't seem like it's going to be a local top to me. I just don't see it. I think we're going to keep moving up higher. Kind of skipped over the weekly, but let's take this fib off here real quick and throw in a couple more support resistance. Let's change those so we can tell the difference. And I like to go with the closes, not the wicks. Some people do wicks. I feel like there's much more price action on where the close and open are. It's preference. It's just what has worked for me. You can see where those sit at. You got your volume nodes are in that same area. So trying to find those areas to be able to get into for buy entries. We just have too much momentum. I don't think we see what's the meme out there of the 30% drop, 9 times. We could. I just don't think we're there yet. 20%, I think that's an easy one and can be quick. If you remember at 19, what did we drop when we hit at 19? That drop was 16%. That could be an easy one. I mean, and it would create a lot of buys in that 26 range. I kind of like that 26. What I'm kind of doing here is I'm looking for where I want to set my buys. We have, and like I said, I got out of my longs. I'm spot. I don't plan on selling my Bitcoin spot exposure for a long time unless something dramatic happens. Then maybe. But I mean, I'm in it since March when we had the huge dip. I think I got in around 48, 52, 56 after that. There's a bunch of low buys in that range. So I'm sitting good with that range. So what I'm looking for now is just some, low leveraged, long opportunities, and what we see going forward. So the daily, again, if we see here, for sure the 26 can be an opportunity if we get a little bit of a turn down here, but 29 would probably be my guess. But I'm going to set bids on all those. That's a 12% drop, getting down to 28.8, 20, 24.9. It's a very interesting play. Let's look at the hot one for the week so far. ETH. Kind of remove all this stuff on here. Look at it from a high time frame. We're not to a high time frame yet, or to our all-time highs yet, but we're close. We are close. That's our all-time high. I'm going to put that as a green guy, just so we can see it. Same thing with here. Some monthly closes, opens and closes. I don't think I'm going to go much closer than that. Drop me down to the week. Wow, look at that. Look at that week. Man, that's quite the growth. 42% this week. I had some ETH longs. If you're in the Discord, I think we got in. Oh, I can't remember exactly. Let me see if I can find it. ETH one of the ones just lagging behind, and now we're seeing it rip up. We should start to see a lot of other. Looks like we're 696-ish, 680 something, right in there. Yeah, it was right around this. So it was on the 27th, so a couple days after Christmas. So it's right in this range here with the longs. I closed mine early. I was at 900, I think, this morning. And it just kept going and going. I just felt like I saw Bitcoin kind of topping. I thought we were going to get there. I think I closed at like 920, and we ripped up more. But this looks like it's got some legs. I think it's going to go and hit that 1105. For sure. This is on Kraken. That's where I'm doing most of my trading. So that's still a healthy rip from here. Another 14%. I'm going to look at definitely getting into some ETH longs. I think Bitcoin might do a little sideways action for a little bit, and then we're going to see some fun happen here. Let's just do a small. Let's go from this guy here. Anything below 900. If you get below 900, you should be grabbing it up. I think the best possible scenario here is know what your max exposure is you want to be at and start to DCA in. I might do the same thing and put in a bid order right now. Just kind of where we're sitting here. Let's go down to the lower time frame. Might be able to see even more. Yeah. 921. Looking at this range here, it's almost like a little. Right. Oops. Take that off here. I want this guy. Small one, but your 920 range. Put in a stink bid around 920. 920. Well, we all know what happened to me, where I missed it. I put my stink bid around 923, 925. Just see if it just wicks into it, maybe. I like it. I'd probably put the majority of my what I want to have exposure in my long here, and then leave some room for, maybe a wick down. Throw something in the 890 range, just so we can get that front run of the 382. I don't think we see much more than that on ETH. I think ETH got kind of heading down now. Get me excited. This could be a fun one. Let's see. So that's at the 4-hour ETH. Let's go into another one of everybody's favorite, is DOGE. So we all know what we're supposed to do here. Accumulate, 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 accumulate. Basically, if you're in that 20 sat range, you should start accumulating. And there's going to be a lot of, look at this range in that spot there. There's tons and tons of VPVI. There's a lot of volume in here. And you can see right where that wick went up to, right to the 40 cent range. But the exciting part is you can get over to that 64 cents. There's not a lot between here, get up into the 90s. Depending on how hot this little alt season we get's going to go, that could be a real fun one. I haven't sold any of my Doge yet. If those TikTokers can actually get going with some things, who knows? Get us up to $1, right? Isn't that what they were to? Doge to $1. Do it. I'm ready for it. Let's see. Also in the Discord, I think a lot of you saw I was starting to accumulate some Scicoin. I use Binance. Their chart just seems a little bit better than the Kraken chart. It's fairly close. Kraken's a little funky on their chart, but we played this back here in April, and it was just this accumulation range, and again it was almost Doge-esque in the 20s. Sold it over 40, just kind of doubled our spot. So that worked out well. Doing the same thing here. I'm just going to keep accumulating a little bit more here, because I think we got a nice, probably from where we're sitting at out, 3 or 4 extra. That's just a start. If we get a real good, if this alt season really picks up, who knows? But as we talked about before, Bitcoin's lead it all. Bitcoin's the one that's pushing this thing. And when you have the amount of institutional money that's coming in, that's going to drive. They're buying Bitcoin. Some of them are buying Ethereum. I think there's been a few of those out there, but 99% is going into Bitcoin. That's what we're seeing. It's just Bitcoin pushing up and up and up. Great. Let's keep it going. That might actually change the alt season. We might not get as much of the alt push because a lot of these institutions aren't going to be throwing money into Dogecoin. You're going to see at maximum probably Ethereum, and then maybe a couple others after that. So be cautious when it comes to that, and don't be married to your bags. I think the only thing I'm married to right now is Bitcoin for a while, and then Ethereum. Those are my 2 major holdings. So we got a lot of other ones over here. If you want to see me chart some stuff, let me know. I can do it live. I'll throw it on the Discord. And you know what? Let's see. Let's go over the bids again. So I think Ethereum right now we're looking. I would like to get in. We got this one over here. Here we go. 920s. That's kind of the big range. But I think I'm going to DCA a little bit. I'm going to start it here because it's hot. It's running. I'm going to put in a little bit right now, but the max I'm going to put in is at 920. See if I can catch that last push up to 1,000, 1,100. That's a 15%. It's a nice little jump from here. Not out of the realm at all. Bitcoin, I think I'm going to. I don't know. I'm going to watch Bitcoin a little bit more. I might throw some stink bids in low just in case we get some weird stuff this week. But I don't think we will. I think, looking like we might kind of dip down from here. Okay. Well, like we said, this is on the 4-hour. Let's see that daily. Because we didn't quite get put that in here. So 32.1 would be our next logical spot to dive from, but I think we might get below 30, guys. Might get another chance. Let's see this range here from 29.3 down to 28.9. Probably not going to get a lot more than that. I think that would be a gift if we get that. There's a lot of space in between here, so I'll keep an eye on that. I think ETH will follow. I think we can get some good buy zones on ETH too. So just wanted to take a quick look at. Here we go. I already got it up. I'm gonna take this. This is just a chart that was coming out today. TradingView posted it, and it shows a heat map of your volume heat map. So kind of gives you a candle chart of the highness of the volume, which is kind of cool. I don't think it really tells anything right now. I think you're going to see it anyway. It just kind of makes things pretty. But anyways, kind of zoom in here on the SPY. I mean, looking like we're just doing a rising wedge up this. It's just going to keep pushing up. And with our stimulus coming through, it's just going to keep putting more in the market, although a lot of people think it's priced in. At minimum, I don't think we drop from it. Yeah. We're going to run this rising wedge up into the mid-January time. As you know, rising wedges are a little bearish, so each one of these, as you can see, kind of pushed up, pushed up with the blow off top. Through there, you can see pushed up through a blow off top, dropped down. Almost certainly was that here. You can look overall in the larger time frames. Even if you take this guy, it was the same scenario. It didn't really have blow off top, just kind of come up, but the rising wedge, we see it's kind of flattening out a little bit more too. This is an interesting one. I'll be watching this one close too. I'm pretty heavy TQQ, some DPSTs, some of that stuff. I'm pretty high up on that. I don't know if I'll be selling most of it or any of it. I might be doing some puts though, coming up here soon. Not much movement. I think we go up a little bit more here for right before the inauguration. Might see some fireworks with that whole deal coming on. But watch that rising wedge. Watch it head up. See if it kind of curls over like we did back here in June. This was just a blow off top and rip down. The rest of them were just kind of, there's a little blow off there, not much. But just that curl over. And if we do come down, look at the cloud of support. We've got the baseline conversion line we're looking across. That's kind of our first sign. Maybe they kind of bump off each other first. Getting the S&P down in the 36 range, high 35s. I don't know. It could happen. We'll be watching that. I'm gonna have Jay Wynn's gonna be on tomorrow. We're gonna talk some predictions. It should be a fun one. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy your evening.